I just want to share something with America and the whole world. The war in heaven wasn't millions and millions of years ago. The war in heaven is going on right now. All them sounds you've been hearing and all those roaring and all that stuff from that great red dragon that's out there in the ocean that just had all those babies. Okay. One of them just had a lot of babies. Now, I don't know which one it was. I don't know if it was the Behemoth or I don't know if it was the other one, the Leviathan. But I believe it was the Leviathan because the Behemoth, I believe, is supposed to be a land beast. But the Leviathan is a sea creature, a very large one too. And I just seen a purple looking, weird looking something that looked like a Leviathan with one of them ocean dwellers. You know, the guys that go down deep sea diving. And I remember what it said in the book of Giants, and I remember what it said in the book of Enoch. It said that the Leviathan, I mean the Behemoth, has purple eyes. It has purple eyes and many eyes, not just two. It has a whole bunch of eyes, and all the eyes, I mean, all its eyes are purple. Purple. The skin on it is purple. Okay, that thing that I just saw in the ocean that they had a film of, it was purple, and it had a lot of tentacles. And I remember in the Book of Giants it said that one of the giants, one of Azazel's sons, you know, he had two sons. They were giants, very big ones too. I'm talking about like size of mountains, them kind of giants, not the ones that walk around 30 feet tall, 33 feet tall, all that. No, I'm talking about behemoth-sized giants, and they that behemoth killed both of them. Well, no, I take that back. I'm sorry. I don't want to lead nobody down the wrong road. It killed the younger brother, but the older brother jumped up into the ocean and jumped on the behemoth and stabbed out one of the purple eyes of the behemoth. But he's the way they described it, it was just pure terror when you look at it because in the ocean it looked like a strange creature, some kind of strange beast with a long tail, all these fingers and things like that. I mean, these tentacle looking things on it. And don't you know that that looked just like what the Bible and all of it would and everybody was describing. And I think it laid those eggs, that behemoth. It was on the bottom of down there by Africa. They don't want you to know because that thing is supposed to come onto land and wreak havoc. Do you hear me? It is so heavy, it probably break off a lot of land when it get on the land. It is so big and so heavy, and then it can drink a full river, and nobody can kill it but God. Nobody can kill it but God. But here's another thing that I found out doing my research. Uh, Now, like I was saying, everybody thought that, even me, I was dumb as a box of rocks too until God spoke to me in my heart and in my mind and in my soul and sent the wisdom to me. And he said, think about this. When you read in the Bible, think about how I mocked Satan when he fell like lightning from heaven, from his first estate. And I started paying attention to all the sounds and all that stuff that was being made. Then I started looking at the Egyptian hieroglyphs and all these things. And I seen one of them was holding this little thing in his hand like that looked like a diamond shaped, I guess a pine cone would be the closest thing that you can describe what he was holding. But a pine cone only has a pointed end that goes that way. The back of it is absolutely booted. But so this thing here had a pyramid shape that way and a pyramid shape this way. But it can turn off your lights. It can boil water. It can let's see what else it does. I mean, it does a lot of things. This is a rock, okay? It's invisible to mirrors. I mean, come on now. A rock in your hand, but you can't see it in a mirror. Are you serious? You ain't telling me that's the same thing that the Egyptian was holding in their hand right there. And you know how they got it? They got it from us. They got it from us. See, we call ourselves digging up Egyptian, you know, history and artifacts and everything like that. But the truth of it all is, damn, all it did was just loop us back around, and we're the ones who gave them the technology. We're the now. Don't get me wrong. There are true Anunnakis coming, and the true Anunnakis they came down here and somehow they brought knowledge. I don't know how they did it secretly. It must have been when we were seeing all these little well, I'll say, you know what? Actually, to think about it, I believe it started exactly when that first alien crash way back in 1932 or 45 or whatever it was. But I believe that the Anunnaki came down here and experimented with a few of us, gave us the technology. We reverse engineered all the stuff. And then, like I said, I've been looking at the red mercury. It's strange. It turns stuff into blood. Haven't you noticed all the rivers in the different places around the world? The water and all that stuff is turning to blood. How you think they doing that? That rock. Okay. I mean, if you put that rock in there and and you figure out how if it's more than one rock, you can set them in different places, and that water turn to blood, all of it, not just a little, all of it. And so, and then I start looking at how we got this liquid that they can control this liquid. Now they got flesh that can react with nanotech, real life flesh that they created, and real life liquid that look like blood and fluid that can go through the line that they can control the fluid. Those grays that we've been seeing, those are robots. And all this stuff that we're making is they skin and they blood that we put in them. We did that. We built the grays. And we're sitting here thinking, like, where did the grays come from? We built them. We built the grays. We built their flesh. We gave them their AI technology in their mind and everything like that. We invented our own life robot, and it got away from us, and it zipped out on one of those, stole one of those little Tic Tacs or one of these little spaceships that we making, that we working on, stole it, and took out and went and found a planet of their own. But see, the robot is smarter than us. It figured out a way how to make a time portal to get itself off this earth and go to its own planet. To its own planet. But one thing about it, self-sustaining robots only last so long. They only last so long. I don't care how good you think that you did, how good of a job, but the robots that Satan made will not last a long time. And that's the reason why they're coming back here now. Because where they are now, he showed it to me. It's ice cold. It's over frozen. They still live on there, but they got to be inside because it's too cold on the outside. I saw buildings with icicles so big they look like trees. on their buildings in this vision that the Lord, that Yahweh showed me. He showed me that. And he pointed backwards. We were flying to another place and he pointed backwards and he said, look back there. And I looked and he said, you see, they're alive down there. And when he said that, my vision instantly went right to that planet that he showed me. And the planet was green, if you want to know. Look in the skies, NASA, whoever you want to be, astrologists, if you got telescopes, look for a green planet. Okay? That's where the reptilians come from. They don't want you to know that. But God himself showed it to me. The whole planet is green, like lime green. And you can't miss it because it gives off a lime green hazy light when you look at it. That's where the reptilians and that's where the reptilians come from. Okay, the Greys they went to a different planet for themselves. Yeah, they went in and mapped them out a different planet for their own self. And we wondering, ooh, what the Greys? All they're coming back to do is they're remembering who created us. The humans created us. And they coming back lying like talking about, oh, we're y'all in the future. Oh, we're y'all in the future. No, you're not us in the future. You are AI. You're AI. You came back here so that we can build a supercomputer so that you won't die in the place that you're going right now. See, that's why they came back here and they talking about, oh, we need a part from an old computer from 1986. They need another computer from the 80s. See, there's something about that. See, they thought they had it all figured out when they left us behind here to die. Yeah, the Greys left us behind here to die. And, and now, don't get me wrong, the Lord is coming back, and He was coming back to judge. So the Greys took off. They like, oh no, I ain't gonna stay here and wait on that. They took off and left. Okay, and remember the little girl that they just made and named her Eve? Think about this here. Just think hard. Think hard. They named her Eve. And you seen that black man face that they've been putting all over the billboards in New York? It's one or two things that is. Either that's going to be AI's new personal face, or they're going to make an Adam to go with Eve. Except I'm wondering what color is Eve right now? Did they make her a white? Uh, I just want to know if she's a white baby or if she's going to be a black baby, like history's supposed to say. But if history showing me the true way that Yah is telling me, they cloned a black baby and named her Eve. And now they got a black face up there in New York. They're going to name him Adam. Or AI going to take that face for itself and call itself God. Hmm? God's supposed to be black? Wouldn't it be more right for AI to try to make himself black? Think about it. If you're trying to mimic God and you're trying to copy everything he does, this is coming from me talking about Satan now. If Satan is trying to copy everything that God is trying to do, just think about it. He got robot birds, robot crickets, robot bugs, robot worms, robot fish, robot sharks, robot every damn thing that I saw on the internet. They done made into a damn robot. I mean, little bitty bugs made out of little robots. And remember what God said? Everything that creeps and crawls, everything on the earth, from the flocks to the fish to man, even the evil demons. He said, I made it. I created everything, and without me, nothing was created and nothing was made. Now, a lot of folks want to sit there and, judge people. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to believe me. You ain't got to believe a word I'm saying. But I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about because God Almighty showed it to me. Yahweh Yeshua. That's right. Yah showed that to me. He showed me many things. And I dare not to share with everybody. Oh, no. You know what he also shared with me? Loose lips sink ships. Did you able to see it? Loose lips sinks ships. So don't be running your mouth on everything you know. You can say some things. I don't care about the things that I'm saying right now because it's the truth. But there are some secrets that he showed me that I will not tell anyone except for probably a couple of friends, maybe some relatives or whatever. But I won't share it with any government official. I won't share it with any police officials or anyone that call themselves into the political field. And political field have to do with law and all kind of, blah blah blah. Anybody with that political field, that's down with the law and the rules and regulations of the earth, I'm not gonna share anything with you like that. Not too deep. Not deep as I know what I know. Okay, and that keeps my head on a little bit longer. But yeah, the war is going on right now. If it's not going on right now, it'll be very soon going on in heaven because the watchers are on their way here. The watchers, they're on their way here. You can call them Anunnaki, you can call them whatever you want to call them. They're on their way here. And when they get here, they're going to sleep with a lot of women and men here. The women going to sleep with the men going to sleep with the women. And it ain't going to be everybody they're going to sleep with. They're going to pick out the prettiest ones, the most finest ones. I mean, think about that. Think about it. They're just like us. They look like us. They just bigger, stronger, and more intelligent in mind. But they have the same urges that we have. The same free. They have the same free. You know. You're not robots. Okay. You're not robots. And hold on. But now, like I was saying, we all have the same free will, just like the angels. And that's a blessing because it gives you a right to consciousness. And consciousness is a gift from the Lord because without that, you may as well be that rock or that tree or anything like that. Move when the Lord makes you move. If He blow the wind on you, then you be able to move like a tree. If not, you'll just be standing there, standing still with no free will. But they are alive. The trees are alive. The rocks are alive. The bushes are alive. The buildings are alive. Earth itself is alive. It's alive. Now, if you don't want to believe it, so be you. But I'm not gonna be stupid no more. I'm this time out. And then that 1 + 1 = 1. I mean, 1 times 1 = 1. 1 times 1 equals 1. When you know that to multiply something means to add to. 1 times 1 equals 1. I was looking at that. I mean, but Terrence Howard hipped us to that. And just look at how many folks was dumb as a box of rock that called themselves, oh, I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Really? You're a genius? And everybody was fooled. But I look at the ones that called themselves being so top-notch smart in schools and all of that. You didn't catch that one, dummy. So that means you're not a genius. A genius would have caught it. Terrence Howard, he's a genius. That's what you call genius. You don't call people that are like robots, like teleeducation, just like television, teleeducation. If I tell you that is 1 times 1 equals 1, that's what you better say. Teleeducation. That's the reason why I did not like doing my homework and all that. It just didn't make sense to me. It sounded dumb. It sounded stupid. And I knew it wasn't correct. As a young boy, I knew it wasn't correct. I knew it. I used to get paddlings and whoopings at home because I ain't want to do my homework and all that. And the teachers, the teachers all knew that I was smart. They all knew I was smart. I mean, very smart. But they thought I was just a lazy kid. No. Some kids already have it figured out, man. Man, this is whack. It's whack and it's wrong. And then I used to look at them teachers, they used to act uppity and all that, and used to lust over the other teachers that used to come to school and stuff like that. Old gay music teacher, Mr. Warren, gay as a fish. And all of them used to be dressed in they top notch Sunday best. Come to school Monday morning and Saturday dressed up like they going to church Sunday. I'm telling you. We used to look at all that stuff. And and the teachers used to try to hide their feelings from us, but we used to see it. I don't care who you are. Lust don't love nobody. And it can make anybody break down in lust after you. Even the virgins. Now, they may not have sex with women, but I bet you in their heart they have lusted. And I bet in their heart they have lusted more than once. But they held dear to what God told them to do, which was the rules of no fornication. And it is good for a man to not touch a woman. It is good for a man to not touch a woman. Now, I ain't on no gay mess. I ain't gay, nothing like that. No, 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 no. But what I'm trying to tell you is that when you start touching on a woman, if you touch on that woman before y'all are married, and I don't care what you say, well, I want to taste the flavor. I want to try it out before I commit. Then you're not living by faith. You're not living by faith. You're supposed to have faith in the Lord that He'll make that work. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have faith in the Lord that He'll make it work. But we don't. Even me, like I said, I am not excluded from this ass kicking that I'm putting out here today. Forgive me, y'all. But I was raised in a house with a cursing man. And I felt like the only way that he can get across to us is if he had to curse us out. And to tell you the truth, maybe could have went a different way. But we sure had his attention. We had his attention, he had ours. Do you hear me? He had eyes. Yeah, he had our attention too. Yes, he did. God, you know, I I, I I love my family and my friends and everything like that, and I love everybody on the earth. I don't want to see anybody die and go to hell. I really don't. My enemies, no nobody. I don't want to see nobody go to hell. It's a terrible place, and you'll be there for a long, long time. You'll be there for a long, long time. Until now. If this is the last playing field, if 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 Yah say, you know what, I'm done. I'm gonna make this the last Earth, the last go round that I'm gonna let y'all try to get it right. If this is the last one, the very, very last Earth, the very last one, just like how you see the popes line up on that wall, it's just like that. You got a bunch of Earths, boom, 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 and they all going at once. They all going at once, but he gonna separate the sheep from the goats in both worlds. I mean, not in both worlds, in all 10,000 of them. Because in the book of Enoch, there are 10,000 earths, 10,000 worlds. Now, I don't know if there's 10,000 earths, but he said that Azazel have corrupted and taught men how to make war with each other on 10,000 worlds. Now, think about that. That's why they removed the book of Enoch. You think, oh, they removed the book of Enoch. They didn't want you to know there's 10,000 worlds out there with life on them that Azazel has corrupted. That's why he down there crying and whining and dragging them chains around over there at the Euphrates River. Yeah. Hello? Come on, man. Catch up. Wake up. And y'all just going crazy doing that homework in school. But something that's gonna save your own soul, teach you that you've been lied to and bamboozled and all this. You rather go on the game show, kick your leg up on your old man and all that old dumb stuff. Don't nobody want no more, baby. You can hang that one up. You can cross that hump. No nobody want it. Don't nobody want it. I know I don't. I know I don't. I'm alright. You go right on the head and have her. Cause I see what she look like now in her old age, and I'm like, damn, I'm glad I didn't. That look like a booger bear there. I ain't calling myself handsome, but I think I look better than her, even right now. But Lord, that's wrong. That's wrong. But it's the truth. But like I'm saying, y'all, we have to put Yah first, and we have to get on one accord. We have to get on one of accord, and make sure that we are kind to each other, that we love each other, and that we are, you know, seeking Yah together, just like Nineveh, just like Nineveh. Nineveh was finna be destroyed. That's right. It was finna be destroyed. Yeah, buddy. But he sent a messenger right on over there. He sent Jonah. Jonah didn't want to go. Jonah wanted to dodge the Lord and run because the city was dangerous. It's just like you go into a city full of gangbangers, and the whole gangbangers then took over the damn city of New York. Remember that movie, Escape from New York? That's what I'm talking about. All right. But I'm gonna cut this right here because I try to do it do about 30 minutes and then I do a part two. But I'm gonna cut this one right here. So look for the part two, and I'll finish telling you guys some more secrets that I do know. All right.